It's pretty well documented at this point that the most loaded position group on the offensive side of the ball in the 2025 NFL Draft is the running back position. We all know Ashton Jeanty will be a top 15 pick, but outside of that, I have 21 different running backs who I think could be picked in the top 150, which is just absolutely absurd. This class has so many really fun prospects, different types of running backs, power backs, speed backs, you name it, there's a back for you in this draft class. But one player who had a very nice Senior Bowl week and is rapidly rising up draft boards is Syracuse running back LeQuint Allen. Syracuse was a really solid team in 2024, and in large parts was due to their ability to attack on both the ground and through the air. Many people thought Allen would return to school for another year, but he declared and has a chance to be taken pretty high in this draft. Just how high could he get taken in this draft class? That's what we will be going over in today's video. But hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Also, be sure to check out my Patreon page, where for $5 a month, you guys will get exclusive access to my in-depth draft guide and big board, with over 500 prospects, scouting reports, and all the measurements and data you guys need to be successful this draft season. It's one of the best tools on the market, and I highly recommend checking it out if you enjoy my NFL draft content. Leave a comment on this video and let me know which players you guys want to see in a future episode, and without further ado, let's get into it. Allen has been quietly super productive for Syracuse over the past couple of seasons and has put up some big numbers on the ground. In 2023, Allen finished the year with 245 carries, 1,069 yards, and 9 touchdowns for the Orange. He had an awesome season and followed it up with another great year in 2024. He finished with 228 carries, 1,023 yards, and 16 touchdowns, and after a successful week in Mobile, is starting to really fly up people's draft boards. Now, the first thing that I love about Allen is I think he brings instant 3-down versatility to the NFL level. He's a great runner, which we will touch on in just a little bit, but as a receiving back, Allen is one of the best receiving backs in the entire draft class. In 2024, Allen had 64 receptions for 529 yards and 4 touchdowns. Allen isn't just one of these running backs who catches screen passes or these dump-offs to the flats. He legitimately can line up in the slot and is a really good route runner out of the backfield with some nuance in his game, which we don't see very often from these types of running backs. He did it all week at the Senior Bowl. He was separating, he knows how to sell his routes and get open as a running back, and that's super exciting for NFL teams. And I think he's going to be an instant 3-down contributor because he is going to be able to be on the field for passing downs, and that's a huge selling point with Allen and his game. As a runner, Allen brings a lot to the table. He has some really solid speed and athleticism in the open field. Allen was a track star in high school, and it shows on the football field. I think he brings great explosiveness and speed to the NFL game. And I've seen that be a knock on his game, but I don't see it on tape. Allen is also a really smart runner who has some solid vision and does a good job of hitting the holes with anticipation, which I like to see. Allen is a physical running back who has great elusiveness for the position. He knows how to make guys miss in the open field. In 2024, Allen forced 44 missed tackles and averaged 3 yards after contact per attempt. His physical style also shows as a blocker. Now, I don't think he's an incredible blocker, and there are areas I want to see improvement in, but he's a willing blocker, and that's something you want to see from your running backs. He does the dirty work, he wants to help keep his quarterback protected, which once again is going to help him be a 3-down contributor at the next level. There really aren't a lot of areas I'm concerned about with Allen's game. However, I want to see him do a better job of running inside. He has the contact balance and the ability to run up the middle, but I feel that Allen has the tendency to want to bounce runs to the outside way more often than I would like to see. It's not a major issue, but it is something I noticed repeatedly on tape that I would like to see him get cleaned up. The other concern I have with Allen is going to be his burst and quickness. He has really good speed in the open field, but it feels like it's build-up speed. He's not super explosive immediately. I wish that he was just a half step quicker and just a little bit more explosive, and I think we could be talking about him a lot higher in this draft class. I'm going to be very interested to see that 10-yard split time from Allen, because if it's really good, he might jump up my board even more. LeQuint Allen is one of my favorite under-the-radar prospects in this class. He's 20 years old, which is absolutely remarkable that we're talking about a 20-year-old this high in the draft class, but he's got great speed, the contact balance is excellent, and he's got great vision for a young back. We didn't even mention his size at 6 foot, 207 pounds, and I think he's going to be a steal and is going to have a role immediately in the league. I'm way higher on him than consensus, and he's my RB7 in the draft class and my number 81 overall prospect. In terms of a scheme fit, Allen is a versatile prospect given his skill set as a receiving back. I think earlier on his career, he may be used simply on passing downs, but as his career progresses, I could really see him developing to being a true RB1 at the next level in a do-it-all bell cow type of back that's going to be a 3-down contributor at the next level. My player comparison for LeQuint Allen is New York Giants running back Tyrone Tracy. Tracy was a former wide receiver converted running back, and he brings a dynamic skill set to the receiving game, which is on full display as a rookie. Allen has similar size and a very similar athletic profile as a whole to that of Tracy last year. I think Allen has a higher ceiling simply because of his age, but I could see him being very impactful earlier on in his career, just like what Tyrone Tracy did for the Giants this past season. LeQuint Allen is a 3-down back. He can run, he can block, and he can catch, and has one of the best overall skill sets in the draft class. I'm a huge fan of his game, and ultimately, I believe that LeQuint Allen will be a top 100 pick in the 2025 NFL Draft.